Okay, we're back. Okay, so I made this door that loads a data layer. Actually, while it's opening, gets everything loaded inside, and then it closes back again. So the idea is to keep putting these doors in between each room so we can load and unload. So next door is gonna be somewhere here. Probably don't need so many enemies in there. The cool thing about this door is that I can change what data layers I want to load directly from the blueprint, which is actually very simple to do, but the interesting thing is to decide which ones we want to load and unload. Okay, this one is gonna go somewhere here. Oh, and I'm thinking maybe we can... it's okay, let's push it a little bit forward. Then we can probably modify this. Wall to fit in there. Then we can probably make another piece. Huh. Seems like we are missing a couple of units. Right there. I'm gonna make another piece here. To close this gap. A little bit here. let's get the pivot point somewhere in the center and redo the UVs. Nice. So now we have this other door in there. I'm gonna get the enemies out of here for now. We got 4 enemies. Just gonna push them out by 10,000. Maybe 5,000. So we can snap them back in place when we need to. Okay, so this door loads the data layer number 1. For now I'm gonna just have it loaded so we can see, because I'm gonna separate this data layer number 1 into 2 chunks. Right here I want to separate everything that's inside this section into another data layer. I think we could probably match this up a little better. I see that. These might work better if I make it a little bit. Something like that. And this one I will try to snap. Right here. I want to snap it there. The angle is not the same, so it's not gonna look very nice unless we push it here without snapping to location. Can we do find vert with V, like snap to vertice? Okay, I think that's a little better. Okay. Awesome. Alright, data layer. So let's do a second data layer, which is gonna be area 1.2. Uh, 1.1, because it's like area 1, but I want to separate it into another one. Yeah, hopefully that's not gonna get too confusing. No, dude, I'm making an environment. I already got my character locomotion pretty much set up. So on this data layer, I want to get all the things that I got here. All these things I'm gonna unload from here and get into my other data layer. Very old type graphics. I don't think so. Let's push all of these. Out of this data layer here. Right here. So the idea is to load each room individually so we can get the best performance as possible. Especially I need to get all the lights so I can see what I'm doing when I unload the first data layer. Now if we hide this one, awesome. Okay. It's a industrial sci-fi energy facility that goes into a research lab. Let's add them here. Okay. And let's add them here. Hey Audio, yes, I'm working with data layers. So we can actually get better performance. So the thing is that when I open this door right here, it loads the next room, and I'm super excited because I'm getting like super good performance using this technique. It's gonna take me some effort to actually put everything into data layers and make it work nicely, but for example, if I go with F8 and I show you, there's nothing inside this room, right? There's nothing there, loading in memory. But if I press F8 and I go back to the character and I open the door, it takes a while, so it loads, right? It opens up, and then you have the room loaded. So that's the idea. Then the door is gonna close behind me, and that's the kind of like trick I want to use to kind of like load each room individually so we can get the highest frames per second as possible. Super excited about this. That way we only have the necessary things loaded at the same time, and we can go crazy with detail and keep adding like a lot of stuff to it, like a bunch of stuff. So it makes sense, right? Like if we are not using it, like why should we have it loaded? And with a world partition, this is very fast. Like it takes like 3-4 seconds to load, and I need to make these doors kind of slow so you don't see the pop. But if we set this up very nicely, I think it's gonna work very nice, and I will be able to add a bunch of stuff. Let's push this guy up in there so we don't have enemies for now, because I'm trying to separate this. And also I can add more VFX and add like a couple, bunch of stuff that will make it look very, very nice. Yes, it's handled by Blueprints. No, dude, I cannot help you make your game. I'm making my own game. Yeah, definitely not planning to work for anybody unless I get paid very well. But no, I'm taking some time off from working to do my own project. That's what I'm doing. No, I'm not interested. To be super honest, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but yeah, I got other things to do. But I appreciate the offer. This door is a little bit very high up. we're gonna change the floor so it kind of has like a metal rail so it goes through. Yeah, it's super cool. Like the blueprint, it's pretty simple. You can go more complex. I will share a tutorial with you where I got this logic from, but basically there's a bunch of logic kind of like opening and closing each part of the door. But here basically you get data layer manager, then set data layer runtime state. You set it to activate it or unload it, and then you give which data layer you want to activate or deactivate. And that's as simple as it can get, but you can make it way nicer. There's a tutorial that goes way more in depth, but for some reason the logic that that guy was using was not working in here. I'm not sure if it has to do with my other nodes or something, but this is like the most kind of like simple way to do it. Yeah, I'm using Nanite and World Partition. That's how I am trying to optimize the game. All right, so we are keep pushing. We are going to keep pushing this. I think I need to go into on-lead mode and start getting all these little details out from this data layer. Into the other one. Right there. It's gonna take some time, but it's gonna be amazing. Super worth it to actually, I mean, I think I will be able to hit 60 frames per second if I do this. It's making a sci-fi survival horror kind of thing. Okay, here, here, and here. I need to get them out of this layer. Boop. And push them into this one. There you go. Oh, that's a good way to do it actually. Just make a selection and push it into the other layer. Probably there's a better way to do this. Like this. Push it into that one. Nice. Now we are cleaning up this room. Yeah, blueprints are awesome. For sure. Definitely C++ is the way to go, but definitely I'm not a programmer, so definitely using blueprints. That's awesome. This will allow me to like really go hard with the details. I was thinking of using DLSS, but I was like, you know what? Maybe we can get it to work like this. Okay, cool. So we got everything in that layer. Not yet. there's still a couple of things. I'm gonna. That's probably the workflow. Just make a selection. Make a selection, push it out from one data layer into the other one, which is hidden, and it gives me the visual indication that we actually pushed it out. Push it out and put it here. Nice. Gonna push it out here and add it there. Dude, Google it, man. Google it. Programmers need work, so make messy blueprints for them to clean up. Yeah, definitely. Oh my god, yeah, just these doors I made is such a mess. It's such a mess. And I still need to make them. I'm debating on what's the best solution because I'm trying to make it co-op. Right? So, these data layers, I want them to work for each individual player. So I'm not sure what's the best way to go. If I make them multiplayer, then I'm loading stuff for the other player. So I kind of need to make them kind of like for each player. That's a good question. I haven't thought about it much. Yeah, we are gonna get to an area where the outbreak of aliens happened, and we're gonna have a bunch of guards and a bunch of horror stuff happening there. I can tell. I can tell these are heavy props. Takes a while to move them from data layer to data layer. Let's push this into this one. Here we can probably go a little bit like this. Get them off this one and add them here. Boop. Hey Sean, how's it going? Yeah, right. I think that's the best solution because what happens if one player goes into one side and the other one goes into the other room? For example, we are going together into this room and then one player decides to go back. Like, let's load that area only for the player who wants to go back. Because I think that's just gonna be very messy if I make it for both of them. Yeah, the multiplayer aspect definitely adds a lot more complexity. Okay, this one goes here. Yeah, I'm using the RPG engine template, which has like a lot of functionality. I already tested it with the advanced Steam Session plugin, and it's super nice. It's like I'm able to actually host a game and a session, and I can have friends join and stuff. So that's very cool. But there's a lot of little things that I know that um, I'm gonna be having issues with. But yeah, with this kind of like data layer approach, I think I can have everything the same level. Like I think it really works. Let's push this one here and here. Like this. Let's push them out of this one and add right there. Yeah, I think that's the most logical approach. Yeah, I'm wondering like I'm really inspired by the Forever Winter environments, and I'm like, do they actually use data layers or how do they get to like their maps are super dense. Maybe they're just very well optimized. So you're actually able to load the whole thing together. Let's push this out and bloop. Okay. Even if everything is loaded by each player in the world, the player will only see what is within a specific area. Yeah. That's like the magic. That's the whole magic. It reminds me of like Batman Arkham Asylum, where you go into like a door and it kind of like scans you and like kind of like unlocks. Basically, it's just a loading screen, uh, like a hidden loading screen. Let's take this one off here and push it here. Okay, nice. What do we have here? It's a nav mesh from another area, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was worrying about. So it needs to be. It doesn't need to be replicated. So each player loads what it actually is. It's seeing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the idea is for the players to be in the same room all the time, like. But there is the chance that you will like to go back to the other room. So that's the thing. Industrial facility area 1. Okay. Yep. Yeah, this is awesome because like I will be able to have like my open desert and stuff, and then like as soon as we walk into this area, then I start loading it, and like I really want to see how far can I push this data layer stuff. And this is just like a kind of like a turning things off and on, but then I can also like actually optimize stuff, so it's gonna like run even better. Let's see. Gene. Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, let's get this one off and this one in. Okay, I will try to make like a bigger selection here. I should probably use the actor locker and just lock the walls. It would be awesome to actually like hide the walls as well, but these walls are kind of shared between the spaces, so I didn't think about making it like room by room, unfortunately. Yes, I stream on Twitch. I don't I don't get much engagement there, but yeah, I do stream on Twitch as well. I do YouTube vertical and YouTube horizontal and Twitch. I do vertical YouTube because it gets the most engagement. Um, but there's also the option to go horizontal, so you can see the whole screen as I'm like looking at it. Let's take this one off and add it here. Not this wall. Okay. YouTube vertical. You need to set up a You need to get a plugin called Atium app, and then you have kind of like another canvas for it, and you can do it from Steam. It's kind of nice. I appreciate the the fall. Okay, this one goes off and this one goes in there. Okay, cool. Now we have everything set into this other data layer. Okay, nice. Now let's activate that actual data layer by pushing this other room. It would be nice for this other data layer to get unloaded. That's the thing that I need to figure out, like how to actually, if I want to go back, how to load that room. There's this dot product like blueprint that helps to determine like the direction of the player, but maybe I can do something different by spawning rooms. Yeah, it's called let me write it here, a tune app. It's a plugin. It's a free plugin that you just it's pretty fairly simple to set up. Okay, this door right here, I want this door to load the industrial facility area 01.1, and it will be awesome to unload the previous area. The thing is that I need to change the logic so the unloading happens a little bit later, when actually after the door closes. Definitely. Yeah, this streamer, I forgot his name, like a super famous streamer, always makes tutorials on these new plugins. Wow, it's crazy seamless. Like you cannot really tell that was not loaded. Magic. Then after that, we open this door here, and that's gonna load the next thing, but unload what I have behind, which is not. Maybe I don't need to do it like that. Maybe I can leave it loaded until we reach the next door. Then we can unload. Not the previous room, but the one behind it. So yeah, let's push this back to none. And the next section will be here. This door. These doors, the problem with these doors is that these are doors that do not close behind. So I need to create a small door that opens up and closes. Okay, let's do that for now. I really like these doors and we can probably use them, no problem. But for now, I do want to try to make some of these kind of like sliding doors. I want to come up with some cool animations, like, you know, your Warhammer doors, like that unlock. So yeah, let's make some doors. Just need 3 meshes, maybe 2 meshes. Okay, we're gonna push it here, boop. Push it here, bloop. Snap. Nice. This thing, I would like to make it $50 units less. Like this. Let's send the pivot point to the bottom, push it 50 units in the frame. Oh, what? Yeah, the modeling tools are a little bit different in 5.6. Okay, let's push it here. Maybe 25 units. Nice, so it's kind of like in the center. No, we probably don't need them to be super thick like that. Let's push them maybe like this. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's make them 20 in thickness. This one, let's push the pivot point, and then it will be nice to have these doors that are not like just straight. Maybe we can have them like offset a little bit. That will be very cool. So to do that, we can probably insert edge loop in right in the middle using the even option. Then we can make other 3 cuts. Then I can get these ones maybe move to one side. Or maybe this to one side. Oh no, I still think that we probably need to add another cut. and do it here in the center. Yeah, it looks a little nicer because we don't want to touch too much the top or the bottom. It looks kind of cool. Nice. So here we're gonna go Control B, Control D, make a copy of that. I'm gonna send these two to the generated folder so I can find them easy. Nice. Then here, I'm gonna go and just delete one side. Then I'm going to go into bridge. Then we can probably delete this edge loop right here. Okay, we got one side of the door, then we're gonna get the other side. It will be nice also to get the same material I was using for that. Well, where is it? Is it? This one. Okay. It was 1000, and you need to double click on the check so it kind of like resize it a little bit nicer. I'm not sure what you are promoting there, Gabriel. Okay, cool. We got this side of the door. It comes with a little arrow. That's perfect. Lucky mistake. Nice. So we're gonna get the other door, which is Control B, and now we're gonna drop this door, copy all properties, paste all properties, poof, modeling, edit, and we're gonna just delete this side. We want faces. Nice. Can probably get rid of this edge, and we need to close this. Bridge, poof, poof. Oh yeah, this door, yeah, let's take it off. Cool. This one. Let's change the material. That looks kind of nice. The texture is getting stretched in there, but that looks kind of cool. But we're gonna change those. UVs. That's kind of cool. These edges with like rust in them, they look very nice. Maybe we can find something. That looks kind of interesting, but it's a very harsh cut in there. It's okay for now. Can probably add a little bevel so we get that nicely there. Then we can like actually texture this very nicely. Okay, we got that thing. Now I need to there's actually this thing here. Huh. Could probably use that as the part of the door. Okay. Oh, I should have saved the whole version. Oops. No problem, just gonna make it again. Here I just want to have something very tiny. Like this. Is it front? Okay. Boop. I can just right click edit to open all of these. And this one, let's actually send it to generate it. And modeling, Xform, bake transform, accept. Okay, let's get project UVs, box reset 1000, proportional dimensions to reset that. Here we can go transform UVs just to move this panel. Let's take the snapping off. I like this panel here. Alright, we got our pieces. Nice. So we're gonna actually name them. I'm just wondering how will this look with a little bevel, to be honest. Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah, nice. It gives it that nice connection right there. Now it feels like we are actually dealing with two different pieces. That's very nice. Very cool. Nice. Okay, we need a small door frame for sure. We do want a door frame. Probably I should have started with the door frame, to be honest. Because it would be nice to have like some kind of like rail in the ground so the doors can actually slide on something. Okay, let's add some. This is kind of ridiculous, but I just want to get to that 5. Edge loop right there. Oops, extrusion. I need an extrusion here and snap to this. Bloop. Nice. Yeah, unfortunately I don't know how to get an edge loop. Just 5 centimeters. We don't have the option to actually tell it how far we want to go. So yeah, I'm going to kind of like cut it in half until we get that 5. Nice. Then no, that's not how it works. Let's bridge these little edges right there. Blip. Okay, we got some kind of door frame. Nice. Let's see how it looks. Very cool. The issue is that we will need to adjust the doors so we can actually take advantage of that bevel I made, which is already hidden by the frame. To add even more detail, we can probably push it in a little bit to take advantage of the wall that we already have. So yep, gonna just get these faces and push them 10 units. Nice. Now we have another kind of like detail there. Oh, okay. In this case, this door is here. We might need to keep it like that. Oh no, there's a lot of space. Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, just push it here. Bloop. These actually door frames are 1 meter. Yeah. There's a lot of space. Okay, nice. It's kind of cool. Let's get some light. Okay, here. Okay, yeah, let's texture this. I mean, let's just apply a material and project UV box reset 1000 proportional dimensions. That's good for now. Okay. Okay, we let's modify this bottom. By pushing it 10 units up. Maybe 5. Nice. That way we can actually see that nice bevel that I got there. Poof. Nice. Okay. Do we have it up there? No, I think we need to actually also push 5 down. Yeah, basically the thickness of the frame. So that's kind of nice. Then we're gonna do the same here. 5 down, 5 up. Five to the left. Cool. And I think here we also need to, yeah, go 5 in each direction. Yeah, next time probably I will start with the frame first. That's very cool. These textures did not get messed up because I scaled uniformly 5 in each direction, but these ones do get messed up because I scaled only from 3 axes. From 3 sides, and they're gonna get a little stretched, so we need to like remap them, but that's not so important right now. Cool, so we have this door. You know what, actually let's just do that right now. Right there. Not transform but project. Box reset 1000. Proportional dimensions. And here we're gonna just find that little triangle somewhere there. Looks nice. Okay. Cool. Nice, we got a little detail right there in the bevel. Okay. Now we need to... okay, we got this detail here. That's okay. Alright, so let's actually make these doors move. Okay, I think they're all in 0. I think that if we make them share the same pivot point, it might be easier for me to rebuild this inside the blueprint. So yeah, probably that's the smartest thing to do here. So let's follow the main door's pivot point. So we're gonna go modeling, Xform, edit pivot. We're gonna get this location and paste it. That way we share the same pivot point. Also, I want to do it for the frame. So if we grab all of these things and drop them, they're gonna just align perfectly. Nice. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Sweet. All right, let's do the blueprint. So I'm gonna make a copy of this one. This is a child. Let's actually start renaming things. BP interact door. Industrial big or main, let's just call it big master, and from that master we get this child. So we basically need, we probably getting rid of those. From this master I need to create the same thing, but it's not gonna be big, it's gonna be small. Now inside this master, let me double check if the meshes are ready to go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this one is not ready to go. Let's push it here. Okay, let's call this, yeah, let's start renaming things a little bit so we actually can just make it nicer in the blueprint and so we don't get confused. Let's just drop that. What happening here? Oh crap. Okay, I missed one little vertice. Oh yeah, I couldn't see it here. Okay, so this one I think we need to push it 10 units. Perfect. Nice. Okay, we got this little thing here. And now we need to rename things a little bit. So we got our big right door left, big left, big door up, big frame. Okay, now we are gonna use this and should also probably add like industrial to it or something like that to make it part of this environment. This is gonna be small door frame. Small door up. Small door oh, I'm not sure which one is this, right or left. Let's double check. The one that goes out, pushes out, is the right one. And we got it wrong. This is left. Nice, now we have everything named. This is right. There you go. Okay, nice. Now we can actually go into where is it? Right here. I need to do some railing for this. That'll make it look super awesome. So we're gonna make this master, not the child, but the master. We're gonna duplicate and call it small. Oh, I already have it. Oops. Okay, oh, that got a little stuck. We're gonna do the small master here. Okay. Then what happened to these viewports? Okay, so we are working on this one. Nice. Okay, here I want to drop my new static meshes. Probably gonna make a bookmark so I don't need to move around this area. So 1, 2, okay. Here we're gonna drop all these things. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna drop small frame, door up, left, down, right there. Boop. Perfect. They share the same pivot point. Beautiful. Nice. Snap in place. Okay. Now we're gonna go to the logic and change some things in here. And the values, we're gonna work on that. So things work nicely. Okay, so first we need to open door right and left. I will just double check super quickly this other blueprint to see if I'm connecting things right. Right goes up. We don't need this bunch of static meshes here for now. So, okay, right goes up, left goes down. Then we have a delay, and this one goes up, which is the door up. This one goes here. Then we have another delay and things starting to close. And I believe it's the same thing. Right, left, up. Okay. Double check. right, left, up. Okay, now the values are definitely not gonna be super sweet, but we're gonna adjust that. Okay, doors closed. What is the value for the doors to be closed? We can check that in here. So the value for them to be closed is 0. That's nice. When things are nicely baked to 0, that's way easier. So door closed in this case is gonna be 0. Oops, I'm modifying the one that is okay. This one. Let's change the name just in case. Definitely these are not gonna get shared because they're different blueprints, but kind of nice to name things properly so you actually know what blueprint you're working on. Okay. Okay, here we get doors small closed. Okay, when they're closed, they're back on 0. Nice. When they're opened, they're gonna be they're gonna go, I don't know, maybe one. Let's leave them at 200. That means 2 meters. And minus 200 because it's the other side. Okay, let's try that out. They're gonna go up maybe also 200, let's say 300 meters. I mean centimeters, which is 3 meters. They're closed at 0, and also let's push that 0 here. Okay, they're closed at 0, 300 here, and 0 here. Okay, let's give it a try. This is the static mesh door. I'm just gonna push it somewhere else. Somewhere there. Okay, let's get the blueprint one. Maybe we can align this one with this thing. Okay. This one was right. The other one is left. Okay, let's see. Okay, before that, window data layer. We need to activate this area, because if not, everything's gonna be black. So activate it. This one is activated and activated. Actually, yeah, this one, it could be unloaded. It's the 01.1, the one that we actually need right now. And let's give it a test. Is this on a data layer for some reason? Oh, let's push it out of there. That's kind of funny. Oh, okay, yeah. It was on a data layer. Okay, so here okay, yeah. This is the master door, not the child. Okay, yeah. Oops. Okay, this is the master, so we need to actually create a child from this one. Then inside the child, I need to change a couple of things, which is it's gonna be unlocked. And then I need to make this collision 0. This one, 0. Hey, how's it going? And then I need to add a little thing here for this to work. This data layer into the child small. Now if I come here, this is the master. Okay, this is the child. Now I'm just gonna copy this, paste in here, hide the child, delete the master, on hide. I think now, I believe now it's going to open. Yeah, a little tricky. Oh Jesus, okay. This is part of this data layer. Let's get it out, and now I think we should be able to open up the door. That's a very good. Okay, it's opening. It's just the collision is a little strange, and we don't have actually collisions there. It could be, actually, it could be. That's actually a very good observation. Because it's actually based on camera distance, so when you go far away, it tweaks. And it's actually the same kind of distance LODs are set to. I had this happen with some pipes that were using LODs. The thing is that I need to force the lowest LOD to be always present there, or I tried to make the mesh, the skeletal meshes nanite, but it was not working for when I made a build. It was like, nope, that's not. It was giving me an error, so I couldn't build with skeletal meshes being nanite. But it's okay. I'm gonna ask the developer. He probably knows how to fix that. I'm pretty sure it's not a big deal. Okay, before we go in, we need to change a couple of things here. In the master small, here we need to go to viewport. And this trigger box, I want to make it a little bigger, so it's a little easier to actually go into this door. Now this is gonna cause another problem. If I die and I drop my weapon or any other item near this trigger box, I cannot pick it up because they're using the same key for pick items and open doors. So I had that issue before. Okay, let's say something like this. Then we have another problem, that is the collision. This actually needs a collision, which I'm sure Epic Games added collisions automatically to the modeled meshes. Maybe they changed that. So this one. Oh no, I mean the small one, and the small one. Frame. Door, and we are missing the door that goes up. Okay, so here we're just gonna add a quick complex as simple. Okay, and with this we should be able to open this door. Nice. We cannot walk through. Cool. We press F. It opens up. And it's not opening exactly as I wanted. It's kind of cool that it goes in diagonal, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for. And that gives us enough time to load the next room. With some cool sounds and VFX here, I think it's gonna be very nice. We could probably reduce the time a little bit, so it doesn't take that long, because it takes about 3 to 4 seconds to load the next room. Well, that's kind of cool. This little gear icon, I'm not sure about that widget thing. Okay, let's analyze this thing. Okay, so the problem here, we are getting a little glitch with this one, kind of like snapping. This is right door, this is left. Okay, let's try to fix left door. The left door, I believe, is just a matter of going to the master event graph, and we're gonna see what's happening with the left door. Small left. Door goes up. Oh, I see the, yep, we have a little issue here. This needs to be 0. This value needs to be the same for up door as this value, so it can actually go up and down without any changes. Okay, I think we fixed the up door little snap, I mean little glitch there, and the left door is causing issues here. Oh. Okay. Small. Oh, okay, I see the issue. So this needs to be 0 again. I'm just carrying some values from the other blueprint. Okay, small door, minus 200, 0, 0, 200, 0, 0. This is 0, 0, 0, 0, 300, 0, 0, 300, 0, 0. And here we need to have minus 200, 0, 0, 0 on everything, 200, 0, 0, 0. Okay, I think now it should look very nice. Nice, it opens to the sides, goes up. Awesome. Goes down, closes. Beautiful, nice, we figured this out. Now this door will allow me to load and unload a bunch of stuff. Sweet. It will be very fun for the character to get crushed if he gets like if he stays in the door. That'll be very fun, like if you don't move like quick enough. It's actually very slow, but like that'll be funny. Like nice, nice. I like these doors a lot. Okay, so let's test this out. Okay, that's a dark space. Going backwards, that's gonna be, oh my god, that's gonna be yeah, I need to figure out how to make it work backwards. This door, it loads the first area. we go into the first area. This other door loads the second area. Very cool. We go here. Now this door is gonna load area number 3. Which is area number 2 in this case. Should I just name it by number? I think, yeah, I should probably name it by number because things will get very messy. Let's try to do that now because it's gonna get very messy. So let's add up a number to all of them. This is gonna be not 5 but 6. Source code, text files, otherwise assets can be missing for cooked bills. Continue with rename. Oh crap, I'm not sure if I should click OK, otherwise assets can be missing from cooked bills. I think it's, yeah, just gonna change some stuff. If I show data layer number 6, we load number 6. Okay, yeah, I think that there's no problem with renaming these things. So this is number 5. We might need to update redirectors. Always scary to rename these things. Now we can go number 5. Just gonna change a bunch of stuff. Clean redirectors again. This is number 4. Then clean redirectors. This is number 3. And then we can name the other one number 2. And I think it's time for me to make a backup. Yeah, before anything happens. Okay, cool. I think now we can actually name this number 2. Yeah, let's just go number by number because it's gonna be very tough to actually know what's going on later. I'm gonna have like 1,000 data layers, so I need to be very, very careful with this. Okay, let's check them out. Number 6. Boop, works. Number 5. Boop, super nice. Cool. Number 4. Bloop. Wow, they load so fast. That's awesome. Okay, number 4, number 3. This one is big. Boop. Gone. Do it. Awesome. And number 2. Perfect. Okay, nice. Good thing I got bookmarks in here. Alright, so here we load data layer number 1. Actually, let's do this is bookmark 1 for door number 1, bookmark 2 for door number 2, then this one loads data layer 1, this one loads data layer 2, and now this one loads data layer 3, but unloads data layer 1. Boom, and here's where the interesting thing happens. Here's where we actually start unloading stuff. So okay, let's go back outside, and here I'm going to go just unload it. Unloaded. Okay, let's test this out. Wow, it plays so nice, so quick. Nice, it loads number 1. Nice, I'm getting at least 60 frames. Yay, it feels super nice. Hey, we gotta fix a little bit the flooring there. Okay, this loads number 2. Perfect. It takes forever to open the door, but kind of works. Loads number 2. I'm getting the drops that I was getting yesterday. Huh, interesting. Yesterday I was like, every 5 seconds I was dropping frames for some reason, like a lot. Like you can, maybe it's the enemies. Maybe the enemies was causing, yeah, probably the enemies were causing the frame drops. This opens up. It takes forever to open. I want to make the doors open up a little faster. It does feel too slow. With some VFX, like some steam or smoke and some maybe sparks, that'll be very, very cool. Some cool sound for the doors. This loads number 3. This one is just doesn't do anything. This loads number 3, and when I open the next door, it needs to unload number 2. Okay, we have the enemies. I think the nav mesh. We are missing the nav mesh in here. That's the experimental animation blueprint. We need to deactivate it on the NPC animation blueprint. But it crashes when I do that, so I need to figure out what's going on there. Okay, I'm not getting the frame drops I was getting yesterday. Cool. I'm not sure why that is. Okay, very consistent frame rate, nice. And then here we need to load the next area. Okay, well, going very, very nice. Let's figure out what happened with the nav mesh, because I do want these enemies to be able to move. That means that data layer number 3 needs to have a nav mesh, and it does. It does have it inside its data layer. Yeah, it's right there. That's another issue I was getting in the build. The nav mesh just disappeared for some reason. Like the enemies just were not walking around. Maybe the enemies are being loaded before the nav mesh and they freak out because of that. Who knows? Okay. Anyways, that's very cool. Let's continue with the next one. Wow, this is super exciting, to be honest. I wanted to do this for a very long time. I was like, wanna make a very complex environment and be able to actually run at 60, which still I want to add more detail, still want to add more VFX and enemies, and there's a lot more. So definitely need to optimize a lot still. Another thing that I don't really like is this door. When it opens, it rotates too much. So let's make it minus 160. Maybe the pivot point is not in the right position. Let me just load all of these three. Does not do any changes. Let's put in -5. I don't think it's. I don't think there's. Yeah, I don't think you can change that thing there. Nope, that's not where you change it. Let's leave that how where it was. Oh, I see. Okay. So the thing is here, latch locked rotation. It's minus a 180, but when I unlock, it goes to 0. What if it goes to 30? Maybe that way it won't collide with the wall. No. We have the BP interact door latch. Then we have the child. Here we don't have any code. Oh, we do have code in the child. Huh. Wait. Not in here. Okay. Let's close some of this stuff. Okay. Let's try 30 here. This is the child. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Mm. 0 to 1. It's just a timeline. The rotation needs to be here. Oh, this is the lock door logic. We need to actually go to unlock door logic. So, but these, no, these are the same. These are variables that I can just change, and it's gonna change here as well. And they are exposed, so I can do them from the viewport. Let's just put something crazy here and see if we did make a change, because there's no other rotation value. Why is it not changing? Oh, it has nothing to do with the door. It is just the. Okay, now I understand. Okay, it has nothing to do with the door. It's just the valve thing. Okay, oops. That means that we are getting the open logic from the master. The open door replicated, open door rotation. There you go. Minus 110, closed door 0. So it's opening more than 90. We wanna open just 90 degrees for now, so it does not collide with the wall. Open door rotation 90, minus 90, and I believe that should open the door just enough so it does not collide. That was funny. Okay, let's see. Yay, I found it. Nice. Now the thing with this door is that if I want to close it again, sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. That's another thing I need to figure out. You see, now it worked. It is the trigger box for sure. The trigger box is just messed up. That's why I don't know where can I open it and close, but it's okay. Nice. At least it's not colliding with the wall. Well, it is. Still need to change it a little. Or modify the wall as well, because this door is too thick. But anyways, that's not very important right now. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's replace this door with this one. Copy all properties. paste all properties, reset scale. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Mr. Ooga Booga. Oh, it's the same environment. I'm just making doors that load and unload previous rooms, so we get better performance. For example, this door right here, it's going to load the next room. So this is room number 3, I mean area number 3, and here we're going to activate area number 4. And we're gonna deactivate area number 2. So we're gonna leave the room behind loaded, but we're gonna unload everything behind that room. And that's kind of like what I'm doing here. For this to work properly, I kind of need to test it from the beginning of the level, because it kind of like goes in a linear chain. I appreciate it. That's awesome. I'm very happy that you are back on sketching. Okay, let's push these enemies here. Yeah, drawing is super nice. I do want to get back into drawing. Let's push this up. Okay, maybe that's a little bit too much. Okay. Trying to get all the enemies out of the way so we don't have enemies while testing. Let's unload all these areas. Cool. Nice, it's loading so nicely. Nice. Okay, let's go and make a proper test. Well, we don't have the enemies, and that's gonna make things a little bit load a little bit faster. Okay, getting 60, 70, dropping to, wow, it feels so nice when it runs at 60, like it really is. Yeah, I need to try to get those 60 frames. It just really feels totally different. Let's see if we get a frame drop. Nope, we're not getting frame drops like yesterday. For some reason I was just getting frame drops for no reason. Nice. So the cool thing with this magic door is that if I open it, you don't see it right now, but it's loading the next room right there. So we just loaded area number 1, and then okay, here we are dropping to 50, sometimes 40, consistent 55 frames. Just by walking. We need to test the actual fighting. Okay, here we are gonna load area number 2. That's why the door takes so long to open, because I want to make sure everything loads before we get there. But I think things load in around 4 seconds, so I think 4 seconds is good enough for the door to open. We get the next area. This floating door, I'm gonna delete it. I was just testing the static mesh. Here we're gonna load area number 3 and unload area number 1. That does take a little bit too much. And we can still see the other room. It closes, no problem. This door does nothing special, just opens up. Okay. Hey, what's up? It's the doggy. It's the doggy. It's the doggy. Oh. Okay. Nice. So here we are in area number 3, and still getting 50. Nice. Not bad. Way better than before. Way better than before. Oh, I messed up, like always. Oops. I'm not sure in what data layer that door is, but we don't want to hide the actual door. This door is in data layer number 1. Awesome, it shows me the selection here. So we're gonna unload, remove that door from here. Boop. And that's the thing, we're gonna keep loading and unloading. And I think I'm not gonna have that many enemies like at the same time. Kind of want to make them a little bit more harder, but have less of them. Okay, I think we can delete this floating stuff. Sweet. And I'm going to just give it a run test. There's also a couple of things from the template, like the overview level, some stuff that I need to, hey Patrick, how's it going? That I need to delete. That way we're gonna get a little better performance. So yesterday I was working on these doors. Now we can open up. And that loads the next room. Here I want to get like a metal rail in the floor, so it makes more sense, and some nice VFX, like maybe some smoke, some kind of like steam coming off of this, some like some sparks in there, and now we're getting way better performance. That's super awesome. That's why the door takes forever to open, because it's like a loading screen, to be honest. So I need to make this animation very interesting, so like actually it's kind of nice to look at. Then that door loaded area number 2. Okay, getting down to 39-40 frames per second. That's awesome, because I know that it's gonna run better when I make a build. In editor is always a little slower. That takes forever to open up. This loaded area number 3. This door does nothing, just to slow down the player. It kind of like makes you clean the room before you open it because you don't want enemies like hitting you while you open the door. Okay, this opened. This is area number 3. And then, wow, yeah, it's running at 50 frames per second. Yay, this is so nice. Wow. And I'm not getting those frame drops. I'm almost positive the frame drops were happening because of the enemies. I think the enemies have some very high high definition textures. I need to make them a little bit, need to optimize a little bit. Nice, this is so nice, running super awesome. This door, oops, no, I put the master, not the child here. Okay, yeah, that's the master. So we're gonna actually get the child, right click, replace actors with the selected one, and that's gonna let us continue. In this case, area number 3 is gonna be unloaded, but I'm gonna activate it so we don't spawn in a dark room. And if I open this door right here, oops, again, this door is inside data layer number 1. We don't want it there. And the loading times are so nice. Like, oh my god, that's so awesome. Yay, finally, finally. Okay, we got a... Oh. Okay. Is area number 4? Wow, we're getting 20 frames per second. Why is that? Oh, now it just spiked back to 80. 70, 80. Oh, okay. Yeah. We need to set up this door. Still getting used to this workflow. This is gonna activate area number 4 and deactivate area number 2. So we're gonna leave the area behind us activated, but deactivate the one behind it. Which it will be even nicer if we could open up the door, load the next room, go through the door, wait for it to close, and when it's actually closed, we deactivate the room behind it. That's the proper way of doing this. The thing that I need to like sit down and figure out is how we're gonna deal with going back. If the player wants to go back into the room behind it, how are we gonna figure out which data layer to load and unload? I do have a solution in mind, but I'm pretty sure that's not the right way to do this. Okay, this loaded the next room. Well, the next area, I'm not like actually separating everything by room, which it could be awesome actually to have everything separated by room. Wow, this scope is bright. Oh my god. Cannot even see what's happening. Is it the light that is affecting the scope, or is it the post process? No, I believe it's the material of the scope. Okay. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm actually very happy I'm doing this stuff. It's one of those things that I've been putting off, and I was like, this is something very important that I actually need to start doing, because the level is getting very heavy. Area number 4 ends right here. Okay, so here we need to add our next door. Yeah, and I can set, yeah, this can be set way nicer, like way nicer, especially in these like very closed rooms. Like if I can get it to load each specific room, the frame rate is just gonna skyrocket. It's gonna be super smooth. But let's try to use the data layers that I have for now and see how it goes, and then we can like make those data layers into smaller chunks. But before that, I want to figure out the both way thing. Hey, how's it going? I'm making magic doors that load and unload stuff. Oh wait, what happened to that door? Okay. Here, let's copy this location, paste it here, reset the scale. We can delete that door. Okay, cool. Little spider. Yeah, I got like a big spider in my room a couple of weeks ago, and I decided like to put it like in some kind of like stuff like this, like in a jar or something. And then I was like, okay, let me just put it back in the backyard. And 2 weeks later, it came back in, and I was like, damn, okay. Not so scary spider, but like big enough to kind of like, you know, big enough so you don't really want it in the house. And I put it out in the backyard. It came back in 2 weeks later, and then I decided, well, I'm gonna like grab it again and push it into the there's a park nearby, so I kind of like went out and just put it there. It's because of like rainy season. Like in rainy season, like all these bugs come into the house. But yeah, I don't really like killing spiders, because they eat like other bugs, so it's kind of like it's nice to have them. It's just that that spider was a little bit too big. I was like, and those spiders, they don't make webs. They are hunter spiders. They just walk around and hunt little things. So I was like, no, I don't want that spider here. Okay, let's see. This one. So this door is gonna load area number 5. Okay. This door right here is gonna activate area number 5 and deactivate area number 3. Yeah, this data layer workflow is super awesome. Okay, it takes a couple of seconds to load, then we're back to 60 frames per second. Yeah, this room is also kind of empty. But when we open this door, the next room loads. And when it closes, it will be super awesome to actually unload that other room. So when that room unloads, I'm thinking, maybe I can make doors that are only one-sided. That's another kind of like a cheap solution, kind of like have doors that are only one-sided. So from this side, I can only open it from this side, and this door is gonna do the opposite. It's gonna load that room and unload the one behind me. That's one solution. That way we can even optimize this way more. Because now I'm having 2 areas loaded at the same time, but the goal is to have only 1 area loaded at the same time. What? Where is this guy? Okay. Okay, yeah, let's finish with the other. Yeah, I'm making a small sci-fi horror survival game. Oh, Bella. My dog, I think my dog wants to go out. Yeah, let me open the door. Okay, Yeah, that's a very cheap solution. Just having one-sided doors and making it that way. So here, let's check area number 4. Area number 4 is this. Area number 5 is this. This door loaded area number 5. Okay. Then area number 5 ends right here. Is this one? Wait, I thought this light was supposed to be yellow, because it's just one sided room. Pretty sure I changed that. Huh. Oh no, it's not one-sided. That's not the room I was thinking of. Okay. This is area 5 and it ends right there, meaning that at the end of area 5 we're gonna put another door right here, which is gonna load area number 6. Okay, so we get this, and I'm going to just replace actors with boop. Reset the scale. Where's the door? Oh, it's unloaded right there. Rotate 45. Oh, what? Some stuff got moved around. Okay, let's push it like this. This one, maybe 1 point, like this. There you go. Cool. So this door right here, maybe push it down 5 units. Maybe 1 unit to the left. That's a little better. Okay, so this door is gonna load area number 6 and unload area number 4. I still cannot figure out, like, visually how I'm going to have one-sided doors. It needs to be part of the same area data layer. When I activate it, it finishes the animation. It loads the next room, and after it finishes the animation, it unloads itself, and it loads the next door. The problem is that if the character does not go through the door and stays on the back on the other room, it won't be able to access. So I need to account for that, because there's also the possibility of the player opening the door and deciding not to go through, and that will just destroy the whole logic right there. That's it. So yeah, I need to check this tutorial I found and make the doors with a I forgot the function I need to use. It will figure out in which way the character is looking at, and it's gonna load forwards or backwards depending on the character location. If forward vector, that way but we end up with the same issue where we cannot make the character go through the door. If he decides not to go, we still need to have the back room loaded. So we end up with the same situation actually. Well, that's interesting. What we have here? This is loading area number 6. Unloading number 4. Okay, let's test this out. Let's make everything unloaded. Area number 5. I wanna have it activated. Number 4. Number 6. I wanna have it unloaded. What happened, Beta? What happened? When you play from here, it does take a couple of seconds to get the frame rate back to 60, 70. Okay, so we open this door. It loads the next room. This door does nothing special. Okay. Yeah, so I guess maybe just breaking things down into smaller rooms, and I guess I will need to have both rooms loaded, the room that I'm going into and the room that's behind me. I kind of need to have those two loaded at the same time. That will just that way it works very, very nicely. It's just a matter of breaking rooms into smaller chunks. That way it will just improve performance that way. Also, I mean, I don't need to be super crazy and break every single room into a data layer, because I mean, we can definitely get away with bigger rooms. I like this typography, it's pretty cool. Okay, we are getting to the end of this level, nice. And here we are gonna activate the research facility. Hopefully we don't get a crash. Yes, that research facility, it's haunted for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why it crashes so much when I started adding that stuff in there. But let's do the last door, which is gonna basically unload area number 5, unload the next room. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, just crashed the editor. But we're getting some progress. I'm making these doors. It crashed because I have too much things loaded in memory. The environment that I'm working on is a little bit too dense in geometry, So I'm making these doors that load and unload stuff using data layers. So everything's working super. No, don't crash, Jesus. Okay, cool. So here we're gonna have another door which unloads what's behind. So we're gonna just replace this one. Replace this one right here. Boop. Nice, nice. That's very, very awesome. What time is it? It's 4:22 p.m. here in Costa Rica, Central America time. Okay, nice. So we got this door. This door is going to this door is going to activate the research facility data layer, and it's going to unload area number 5. Area number 6, we're still gonna keep it there, so things don't unload while we are in the same room. Nice. Okay. And here we can probably add this to the research facility data layer, to be honest. Yeah, let's do that. Weather. Let's get all of this. Boop. Not the walls, not the floor. Also not these walls, but everything else I think we can get it into the research facility data layer. Bloop. Yeah, this is heavy. Oof, I think this is it. What I think this is what is causing issues. I think I might have that separated into its own data layer. Yeah, this I think I went too crazy with these props right here. This probably is what causing the crash. Okay, let's add this here. Maybe I can just get that with a selection like this. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, nice. Also the lights. This could go into research facility. Boop. Okay, nice. Let's make that test and see if it works. So our research facility is gonna be checked but unloaded. I'm gonna deactivate all other layers as, I mean, unchecked and unloaded. It's kind of tricky. Like we have the visible, invisible, checked, unchecked, unloaded, loaded, and activated. We have like 5 states for for each data layer, which is kind of interesting. Some of them are made for editor purposes, some of them are for gameplay purposes. This one is gonna be unload, no, it's gonna be activated because we're gonna start playing from here, and then this one is gonna be unloaded. Okay, let's see if it takes it. Okay, double check everything's saved. Okay, let's go. That ray tracing geometry thing, that message, that's not a good sign. And oops, I always forget, this door needs to be out of the research facility data layer. Boop. So we can actually activate it and see it. I think it crashed because we had all the other ones loaded. Nice. So now we have only area 6 activated. Everything else is unloaded. Awesome. If we come here and press F, we activated the research facility, and it's loading while the door is opening. So this is a little, let's say a little loading screen. So I need to make that door very interesting and cool to see. It's gonna be like my small loading screen thing. Nice. Again, I'm having some issues with the nav mesh. This guy is supposed to be able to walk out of that room, but he's not able to, huh? So here's where the research facility starts. Here we're gonna have like a little bit more creepy area, which I want to also make all like, you know, fill in with this organic stuff growing everywhere. We have some sea fighting in this wall right here. Okay. Some of the, oh, what's that? Okay, we got some collision issue right there. Whoop. Whoa, okay, collision problems. That's funny. Let's see what we got there. Oh, okay. I think I'm missing a collision right here. Wow, it really becomes so slow when you go into collision mode. For some reason. I believe this is the piece that has a little issue with the collision. We're gonna just go on complex. Complex as simple. It's just a plane, so it should be no problem. Nice to have this collision right there. We can even make it box simplified. I believe it's gonna be just a box simplified, a little less. And this one, does it have a collision? Let's see. Oh, okay, it does have some kind of collision. Like I see blue lines, green lines, turquoise lines. Like, what is this? Never seen this kind of collision before. Let's just go complex as simple. It kind of, yeah, using complex as simple is not the best. But since these are very low poly, I think we can get away from for now. Then we got this thing. This one goes out here. Kind of want to lock this door. Maybe you need to find a key to actually go through here. Very long hallways, to be honest. Maybe we can add something in there. Oh, I see some glitchiness right here. Yeah, these pieces are not super easy to snap. Okay. Okay, well, that's nice. Yeah, I think we just had too much loaded at the same time. Let me check. So door 1, door 2. This is another area that is unloaded. Here we load number 3. Here we load area number 4. Okay. These doors can also be part of the data layer, no problem. Here we load area number 5. Just want to bookmark all of these so I can have easy access. Here we load area number 6. And number 6 right here. Number 6 is loaded, and then we load the research facility, which is this one, number 7. Sweet. So we have seven doors that look exactly the same. So that's very cool. I'm just gonna give it a run test. And then we can finally go back to the research facility and finish that area. And see if we can add some elevators, which are kind of funky, because they kind of like make the character crouch while going up or down. That's something I need to figure out. A research facility. So this is gonna be unloaded and unloaded. Basically, all of them are gonna be checked. Okay, it's taking a little bit. Gonna be checked. Okay, all of these are gonna be unloaded. Yeah, that's it. Sweet. Now let's check frame rate and let's play. It's very interesting. When you play from the player start, the frame rates are better, but if I right click play from here, it takes a couple of seconds to kind of like load and go back to actually the frame rate I'm trying to like. Huh. Okay, we're getting 90 frames per second because there's nothing loaded in the level. Um, Actually, before I do this test, I kind of wanna put the enemies back in there because this is gonna make things way slower. The enemies definitely add a lot of they consume a lot of frame rate, which is something that I'm going to look into. Believe because their textures might be too high. Oh Jesus. No. Oh, another crash. Why? Oh, is it the ultra dynamic sky or what is it that is crashing? There's nothing loaded. I don't understand. Like, is it like the dust particles? I don't know. Like, is it the landscape? Huh. Damn. Getting so many crashes. Huh. I think I'm gonna add the landscape and the ultra dynamic sky into a data layer as well, so we can just like unload it when no longer needed. In some rooms we do have access to the ceiling and we get the sun to shine through, so maybe I need to add another slot so we can actually activate 2 data layers and deactivate 2 the added data layers. That will give more possibilities to the thing. Probably I shouldn't have them initially loaded, that's why it takes a little bit to open up the map. But it's not bad, like I had other maps that just take forever to open, like. Thankfully this one is... It does take a little bit, but not so much. Wow, it's already almost 5. Yeah, I'm gonna make a run test and just go take a break. And also I wanna make a build. I wanna see if this is actually working in like actually in the build. Okay. Wow, it's yeah. Why is it so laggy? Okay, everything is initially loaded, unvisible. It's unloaded in runtime, but in editor is visible. Maybe I need to take is initially loaded in editor. That will make it load way faster. Okay, anyways, yeah, let's get the enemies back in there. I'm wondering, can I just drop them? No, probably they're not gonna fall into place. Okay, we got that one. No, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Jeez. It definitely has to do with the landscape and the ultra dynamic sky. Because every time I go outside, it crashes. Damn, I was not expecting to have so many issues with this. There's not much to load. But yeah, this will take a while to load. All right. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.